CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Brendan Purdy.
We're the only place in Canada that's telling people that they have to pay out of pocket to get a COVID vaccine. That is embarrassing and it's dangerous.
Tonight on CTV News, money talks. Healthy Albertans seeking a COVID shot will have to pony up $100 to receive it. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. If you're healthy and want a COVID shot this fall, be prepared to fork over $100. The province announcing the price today after warning for weeks the change was coming. The Premier says it's about limiting waste, while health experts warn the financial barrier comes with consequences. CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports.
For the love of God, please get vaccinated now. And if you do, we will now pay you $100.
4 years ago, then Premier Jason Kenney was begging Albertans to take the COVID vaccine, offering $100 as incentive. Now the dough will flow the other way.
This was a vaccine that was covered for 3 years by the federal government, and they chose to stop funding it. And so we had to make an assessment of what it would cost us.
Premier Danielle Smith says fewer and fewer Albertans are getting the COVID vaccine, and by ordering in advance, the province is paying for hundreds of thousands of doses to go in the garbage instead of Albertans' arms.
What we found last year was that 54% of the doses were spoiled.
To offset the waste, Albertans are being asked to pre-book their COVID shots by September 30th, and most will have to pay $100.
We're the only place in Canada that's telling people that they have to pay out of pocket to get a COVID vaccine. That is embarrassing and it's dangerous.
One health policy professor believes the government's decision is short-sighted.
By attaching any amount of money to it, the government is sending a message that it's not necessary, it's not that important, you really don't need to bother with this.
Lorian Hardcastle says the cost will mean more Albertans will choose to forego the vaccine, which leads to a different kind of waste, unnecessary hospitalizations, and lost productivity.
COVID rates will rise when cold and flu season comes, and that will put additional pressure on hospitals. So there's good public reason to cover those kinds of vaccinations.
Some Albertans are still eligible for a free COVID shot, including healthcare workers, people in long-term care, low-income seniors, those with underlying health conditions, and more.
But now, how are people going to prove that they meet that criteria?
You can still get a free COVID vaccine if you're healthy and willing to travel. Both BC and Manitoba say Albertans are welcome to get the jab there. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
It appears the spread of measles is slowing down in Alberta, but doctors say we shouldn't let our guard down. With the start of school right around the corner, the outbreak could quickly worsen. Nicole Weisberg reports.
Outside this West Edmonton Staples, families have their hands full preparing for the start of school.
We are shopping in the madness, back to school stuff.
Among the pencils, binders, and duotangs, Kleenex. The return to class can also mean the return of frequent illness.
Were you sick last year quite a bit?
A lot of times.
Now is a really good time for people to start thinking about reevaluating all of their immunizations.
As Alberta deals with its worst measles outbreak in nearly half a century, this medical officer of health says ongoing spread in a school environment is a concern.
Because they are a little bit more close-knit and in close proximity to one another.
Measles is one of the most highly communicable infectious diseases. It spreads through the air, and doctors say the virus can persist in a space up to 2 hours after a person who is infected has left.
It is a vaccine-preventable viral illness that can have many complications, including ear infections, pneumonia, but more of the severe things, including, delayed neurological development.
There have been nearly 1,800 measles cases in Alberta so far this year, after reaching a peak of 142 new cases the week of July 13th. Confirmed cases have slowed.
I think it's encouraging, but again, I would strongly recommend including some vigilance.
Is this a concern for you at all?
Not at all. Not even a little bit.
Why is that?
They're vaccinated for it when they were little.
And with an efficacy rate of 97%, doctors say vaccination remains the best tool to stop the outbreak before it picks back up. Nicole Weisberg, CTV News, Edmonton.
This evening, the grounds at the Alberta Legislature played host to a controversial artist concert. Sean Foyt played to well over 1,000 happy concert goers, as well as a group protesting the event. The protesters' numbers were decidedly smaller, totaling between 50 and just under 100. There were also plenty of Alberta sheriffs on hand, just in case anything came about between the two sides. Now, both protesters and organizers alike just wanted to get their message out.
Whether it's just one person or whether it's as many people as they can get, our goal is to have Sean see us and to see that there's people who see him for what he is, who see his rhetoric for what it is, who see that he and his kind of bigoted rhetoric is a danger to people that I care about.
The West, it's sending a message to the rest of the country. You know, the fact that we get our freedom of religion, that we get to celebrate Jesus in public here. I think it's a great message to send to Ottawa and to send to the rest of the nation.
Both groups added that not only did they want to get their messages out, but to do so in a peaceful manner. The University of Alberta is celebrating a summer of Indigenous research. 19 undergraduates from across Western Canada are being recognized for their environmental research. Their studies include science, environmental engineering, and environmental law. One project focused on assessing wildlife hazards in First Nation communities. Another explored environmental threats that polar bears face. The students hope their research will help with their future careers.
The research sector in your education is probably the most important. That experience of actually doing it and like doing something that you're gonna actually do after school is like the biggest thing. So by getting your foot in the door and actually doing it, you're gonna be a lot more passionate and a lot more motivated to do better in school and to just learn more.
To see the change and the transformation that it creates in the lives of students, and also to see the opportunities that come.
The research program is a 16-week paid summer internship for First Nations, Métis, and Inuit students. The developer of the popular online game Roblox is facing a string of lawsuits over child safety concerns. It came to light recently that an online extremism network uses gaming platforms like Roblox to target vulnerable children. One Alberta teen targeted on the platform believes more should be done to protect kids like her. CTV's Terry Fikowski reports.
It's a wildly popular game where more than 111 million monthly users can play and create in virtual worlds. That includes a Calgary teen who joined Roblox when she was 8 years old, but now at 17 recognizes she was being preyed upon by online predators.
As soon as you join, there's like a group of them all there waiting.
CTV is not identifying the teen for her safety. She's previously been doxxed, where users shared her and her friends' personal information, flooding them with hateful messages.
Your Instagram, social media, anything like that, and then just tell everyone to go after you.
She says she's frequently approached by older adult users who make sexual comments or try to pressure her to take drugs, but has been lucky not to fall victim.
I've known people that have committed suicide because of people harassing them over Roblox.
It's stories like that leading to lawsuits against developers, including the state of Louisiana, which sued Roblox last week, accusing it of creating an environment where predators thrive and victimize kids. The platform refutes the claims in a statement saying, "The assertion that Roblox would intentionally put our users at risk of exploitation is categorically untrue," adding it has implemented rigorous safeguards to help protect our community. But many tech experts believe developers could be doing more.
Platforms that make money off children ought to spend money on protecting children. They have a moral responsibility to have a security department that's watching for the bad stuff and shutting it down, because they can shut it down.
The Canadian Centre for Child Protection says it's seeing an increase in reports involving Roblox, with more than 130 this year alone.
This is still the tip of the iceberg. There are often very many cases that are going unreported where kids are being contacted by those that are seeking to offend against them.
Corporal Heather Bangle with Southern Alberta's Internet Child Exploitation Unit says if your kids are online, they need to know the risks.
Wherever there's kids, there's predators. It is more about educating them about how to stay safe online.
For the Calgary teen, the damage has been done, but she hopes speaking out will spark change.
I just think that Roblox really needs to change its policies and do better.
Terry Fikowski, CTV News, Calgary.
Roblox did not respond to CTV's request for comment on our story. The site has recently added some additional safety measures, including a new AI system to detect predatory language in chats, in addition to its parental protection options. The Edmonton International Fringe Festival says its ticket sales this year have hit pre-pandemic levels. The executive director of the Fringe says they've already sold 13,000 more tickets than all of last year. The festival still has one more weekend of performances. Like many arts organizations, the Fringe was facing financial challenges following the COVID-19 pandemic. Last year, it launched a monthly subscription program to secure ongoing funding. The festival says the number of subscribers has grown from 34 at the beginning to now more than 650. Organizers say that every little bit helps.
Certainly, the outpouring of support from our community has helped us build a more stable foundation from which we can continue to support the Edmonton International Fringe Theatre Festival. The challenge is not solved for yet. We absolutely need our community to continue to invest in what makes our city a vibrant place to live, work, play, and visit. And, you know, we mean it when we say even just $5 a month every month helps.
DART adds that subscribers will also get early access to tickets for next year's Fringe shows. Now, there was a new kind of performance for people at the Fringe today. A local artist brought a mural to life on a sea can. He says while murals are often inspirational, this one was meant to be strictly for fun.
I really appreciate artists like that, and sometimes, for me, I like to just do something that's just fun. So this mural itself is just a bunch of things that I like, a bunch of things that mean something to me, and things that I do, and it's more or less here just to make people smile.
This mural was painted as a part of a collaboration between the Fringe and Edmonton Mural Festival. Students and staff at Concordia University are reviving the school's Pride Sidewalk.
I think it's really good to have this crosswalk here. You know, it's kind of the first thing you see when you're walking up, and it makes it a very welcoming space for people who might not have felt welcome in some spaces before. So I think it really puts our best foot forward and makes this a place that feels safe.
We want all of our students to feel comfortable and welcome here at Concordia, and I think that having this at the front of one of our main buildings is a really concrete demonstration of that.
The crosswalk is refreshed every year ahead of the new school year. Concordia says they encourage an open space for all students. Hundreds of Albertans are competing in different sports in Leduc this weekend at the 55-plus provincial games. As CTV's Merrick Takash explains, the friendships are as tight as the competition.
Douglas Campbell has been competing in the Alberta 55-plus provincial games for 17 years. The 78-year-old has plenty of trips to nationals under his belt.
In ice curling in Nova Scotia, in floor shuffleboard in New Brunswick, in lawn bowling in Ontario, and in British Columbia.
31 different events take place at the games, including cornhole, cycling, and tennis.
We actually had a lady, 102, that won the javelin, and she complained to me because she had to play against 85-year-old kids.
Bob Storrs is making his debut at the games after turning 55 earlier this year.
We just met just 2 minutes ago through this. This is how you meet a lot of people. It's just new people coming out to these kind of tournaments all across Alberta.
He's one of 1,200 athletes participating.
For a young guy at 55 right now to play and meet great people has just been a great opportunity.
And our events are competitive and they're sports related, but they're also other events. So we have bridge and we have photography and we have swimming, track. So it kind of like gives all age abilities and mobility abilities to compete still.
Organizer Cindy Carstairs says watching the athletes compete is inspiring.
It's amazing because it gives me hope that I can do it for, the next 40 years as well.
The games run until Sunday. Merrick Takash, CTV News, Leduc.
Just ahead, a rise in retail, encouraging signs from the country's June economy numbers. Plus, music, and much more. The Pigeon Lake Concert Series returns this weekend.
You can enjoy all of our fun activities like a water balloon fight. We have a night market. We have the dueling pianos.
Good evening, folks. There's a heat streak just around the corner. Temperatures today were right around average at 23 degrees for a daytime high and in the low 20s across most of the rest of central and northern Alberta. We'll see temperatures, though, by the end of the weekend and into early next week, up around 30 for daytime highs. It looks like that heat is going to stick around for a while. Full look at your 5 and 10 day forecast in just a few minutes.
Welcome back. Encouraging signs from Canada's economy today as June numbers show an increase in retail sales by more than 1.5%. CTV's Camille Karamali has the story.
Retail analysts say this growth doesn't necessarily show signs of a super strong economy, but it's not as bad as many expected given the trade war. Retail sales rose 1.5% to more than $70 billion. That's because all 9 Canadian sectors showing either no change or an increase in sales for June. The sectors with the highest increases compared to May: clothing with over 5% growth, building material with supplies with over 2%, and food and beverage seeing more than a 2% increase in sales. Across the country, Ontario saw one of the biggest retail sale increases at over 3%. Quebec remained unchanged, while BC and Alberta saw 1.5% and 1% increases in sales. In May, retail sales slumped, dropping more than 1%, largely because of a fall in vehicle sales, with tariffs on aluminum and steel and the trade war playing a role. But for June, auto sales remained mostly unchanged, climbing less than 1%.
If we talk about, for things from a consumer standpoint, we are still seeing wage gains happening. The labor market is starting to, contract a little bit, but not a heck of a lot yet. It's mostly concentrated in tariff-related sectors where we're starting to see the bleeding happen. And so as a result, consumers are still spending.
As for July, Statistics Canada says retail sales are expected to drop by 0.8%. Kamil Karamali, CTV News, Toronto.
A wolf dog sanctuary west of Cochrane will be getting provincial funding to help upgrade some of its facilities. The money comes from the Government Community Enhancement Fund. $125,000 will help the Yamnuska Wolf Dog Sanctuary upgrade its day use and interpretive area. Construction is already underway. Staff say the upgrades will help as they're also adding to its wolf dog pack.
This year we have already carried out 2 different rescues. We rescued a pack of 10 wolf dogs in April. We just brought in 2 new wolf dogs a few weeks ago, and we have another rescue slated for later in October. So it's been a busy year.
There are currently more than 50 wolf dogs living at the sanctuary. Chinese motorcycle maker Cove is shifting into the Canadian market, and it's chosen an Alberta town for its head office. The family-run Cove Moto in Carstairs is the sole Canadian distributor for the Chinese-built brand. After a lengthy certification process, the company now has bikes in 12 dealerships across Canada, with plans to nearly double that number by year's end. The company says its motorcycles aren't affected by tariffs that could soon hit Chinese-made cars.
China had a stigma and reputation of building not bad, but lower price bikes, and you get what you pay for, in a sense. The conversation is definitely shifting now, especially around Cove, because they've proved themselves around the world as durable, long-lasting, and quality race machines.
Cove Moto's Canadian team says the adventure motorcycle segment is the fastest growing part of the industry. Pigeon Lake is combining a pair of Alberta favorites this weekend: camping and live music. This is the second edition of the Pigeon Lake Concert Series this year. The rock music is the event's showcase. The Glorious Sons and Dylan James will take the stage, among others. Well, tickets are still available. They're not expected to last long.
We have sold out the last 3 years for the Pigeon Lake Music Festival, so we thought we'd bring something different to the table.
And music isn't all the event has to offer.
You can enjoy all of our fun activities like a water balloon fight. We have a night market. We have the dueling pianos, the world famous dueling pianos here on Friday night, and that's a free show for everybody. So yeah, there's a lot going on this weekend.
The concert series and events are open to everyone. Kids under 12 get in for free. Still to come, folks, a surprise for an Alberta teen applying to several medical schools. She was accepted into all of them.
I burst into tears, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be a doctor.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Welcome back. Temperatures pretty close to average today. 23 and 10 for the high and the low. 22 and 11. The averages for this time of year. That average daytime high by early next week actually drops to 21, and by the end of the month drops to 20. So with this heat that's coming in, we'll see temperatures about 10, 11 degrees above average for the middle to the end of next week. Because this upper ridge, this warm air in the mid and upper levels, that's not only going to contribute to the heat that we see at the surface, but also it's going any storms that try and develop are going to get rooted well to the north, and you're not going to see any new thunderstorms just suddenly develop underneath all of this heat in the mid and upper levels. Watch how long this ridge sticks around. Let's take it right through to Thursday. Still hanging in there towards the end of next week. So you do have some scattered showers and even a few isolated thunderstorms potentially pushing close to the Fort McMurray region. Most of that kind of falls apart by early tomorrow morning before it really gets through the Fort McMurray area. Everywhere else, though, skies are pretty clear overnight tonight. Mainly sunny skies tomorrow. Sunny with a few clouds on the way for Sunday, and lots of sunshine all of next week as well. It will be a cool start to the day tomorrow in much of the province. You're in this 5-6 degree range. Red Deer, Coronation, Cold Lake, Slave Lake, Grand Prairie. 2 in Jasper tomorrow morning. We'll be around 10 or 11 degrees here in the city. Outside the city, closer to 5 or 6 for a morning low. 23s and 24s, though, by tomorrow afternoon. There's a little bit of cloud cover, especially in the morning hours across the northeast, but sunshine in the northwest. And 25s, 26s through the Peace Country. About 27 in Jasper after a chilly start to the day. You're in the mid-20s in Red Deer and low to mid-20s for east central Alberta. Here in Edmonton, should get to about 25 tomorrow, 27 or 28 for a high Sunday, 28 or 29 on Monday with mainly sunny skies, and then 30s for Tuesday, Wednesday. And it doesn't stop there. 31s in the forecast for Thursday, Friday of next week. In fact, it looks like daytime highs will be in the high 20s or near 30 right through into early September. That is your forecast.
A 19-year-old from Grand Prairie got a little more than she expected when she applied to 7 Canadian university medical programs. She was accepted into all of them. CTV's Kevin Fleming has her story.
She's the youngest in her class of 180 students at the Cummings School of Medicine. Aura Maxwell is 19 and applied to UBC, U of A, U of C, Dalhousie, the University of Toronto, along with Western and McMaster universities. She was accepted to all of them.
I FaceTimed my mom. She was jumping around. She was screaming. I called the rest of my siblings and my dad as well. I told my friends. And it was just the most surreal feeling. I burst into tears. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be a doctor.
It's not easy getting into med school. Applicants need a grade point average of 3.90 and an undergrad degree that typically takes 4 years. Dua Fatima is in Maxwell's class and says it's a challenging process for everyone who wants to become a doctor.
But to be able to get into 7 is insane, because then that means she got into out of province schools where the margin to get in is incredibly small. It's 1 or 2 applicants sometimes in some of these schools.
Maxwell chose the U of C because she's from Alberta and likes the flexibility of the program that's similar to Queen's University, where she finished her undergrad a year early, thanks in part to her mentors.
And it's amazing just to continue to watch her journey and continue to watch her journey into the future.
But it was a sort of excited, energetic curiosity that maybe this is someone really made for enjoying the sciences and enjoying education and learning.
Maxwell's mom is proud of what her daughter has accomplished before turning 20.
It's amazing, not just for the achievement that she's made, but the work that she's put into it, her dedication in it.
Maxwell says she fell in love with medicine at Queen's and is excited at the prospect of becoming a doctor one day. Kevin Fleming, CTV News, Calgary.
Absolutely incredible. Alrighty, folks, that is all from us tonight here on CTV News Edmonton. Thanks for joining us to wrap up your week. Have yourself a great weekend. We'll see you right back here at 11:30 Monday night. Take care and goodbye for now.